One thing I've been asked many times is there a skill to wearing armour? And while I won't say that there's no skill at all, I would say there's really not much of a skill to it. Armour has been designed for people to wear and be able to move around in and fight in. Otherwise, it's not very well designed, is it? And if you know how to put the armour on and it fits you reasonably well, it shouldn't hamper your movement and everything should be fine and it's not going to fall off because it's reasonably well designed. And most people in a society in which lots of people wear armour will have a pretty good idea of which way up it goes. It's not going to be that unfamiliar to them. So that librarian who lives in the castle, he will have seen knights walk past. He knows which bit goes on the head and which bit goes on the foot. It's not that tricky, and if he's perhaps had someone help him put the armour on, then it'll all be on in the right place, and then he'll be able to move around because his joints bend in pretty much all the same places and in the same way as anyone else's. So the librarian will be able to run about in armour just as anyone else. Now, he might not be physically fit, so the guys who wear armour a lot and run around with it and so forth and exercise in it, they may be more physically fit, but that's not really having a skill, that's being fit. So it's possible that the librarian will be slowed down a bit, but then he would have been slower without the armour because he wasn't physically fit. The decision of how to handle a helmet that hampers your vision and hearing is one that you'll have to make a judgment. At some point you'll have to decide, right, now's the time to get rid of my visor so I can see better, for instance. And it could be that someone who's not used to armour won't have quite such a good idea of when to alter some configuration of the armour, such as raising a visor or whatever. But by and large, that's more sort of, I would say, common sense. If you're in a fight and you can't see very much, open your visor so that you can, otherwise you're going to die. So no, there isn't really that much skill to wearing armour. I think the idea may have come from roleplay games where people were trying to balance character classes, so they wanted something that fighters were good at. Oh, how about they have the skill of wearing armour that other people don't get? Yeah, okay, if that's the way you want to balance the game, but I don't think it actually reflects anything in reality. No, armour is a bit like clothing, really. Is there a lot of skill to wearing clothing? I mean, you might not know how to tie a tie, but if someone ties a tie for you, there you go, that's how it goes on. Oh, thank you for doing that. I'll now just walk around and the tie will remain on me. The actual wearing of the tie is not tremendously, I would say, a skill.
Indie